Good morning, Arlington. How are you doing today? Today we're going to do a half-hour Blitz Pilates upper body workout. So if you don't have free weights, then just find something in your cupboards, like some baked bean tins. Doesn't matter if they're not too heavy, or just some people just get little carrier bags and fill them up with like different parts of their cupboards, basically, so they're equal both sides. But it's actually easy if you can get something you can just hold in your hands. It's something small. So when you're ready, we're going to start in child's pose. And I want you to just put your weights either side of your mat. Take your big toes together, take your knees wide and sit your bottom back into your heels and just slide your arms down as you dip your head and chest to the floor. So if child's pose is not for you, your hips and your knees don't like child's pose, always just maybe come into an elbow, cat stretch, keeping the knees wide and the big toes touching, and just move in and out of that. And then just curling under. You can do this on your hands, it's quite nice on your elbows, especially to start with. So if you're not into child's pose, then do that. Otherwise, extend your arms forward. And if you wish to catch your weights, you can just reach through your arms, lift the elbows off the floor, and just feel that extra extension. Pulling back through the bottom into the heels, but reaching through the arms. We're just going to hold this for another 2 to 3 breaths. Continue to allow that breath to go deeper, to reach further through the hand, pushing back deeper into the heels. And on your next breath, just free your hands, come forward onto your hands and knees. We're all just going to do a little dip through the spine with your eye gaze up, bottom just slightly lifts. And then curl it under, tucking the chin, tucking the tailbone, pushing the floor away, feeling those shoulder blades opening. And then release, eye gaze lifts, bottom up. And then exhale, curl it in. Inhale, gentle look up, lift the bottom. Exhale, curl it under. And then on your next breath, bring yourself into neutral, find your natural spine, engage your abs. So we're going to do extended Supermans, which is basically an arm and a leg reach, opposite arm to leg, and a curl under to work into spine flexion. Now, this can be done with a weight. So we're going to start with the front leg back up. You can lose the weight if you need to, or just do this without it. So we're going to reach as we inhale. Exhale, curl it under, elbow to knee, chin tucks, tailbone tucks, suck the belly in. Inhale, lengthen. Now I'm taking my wrist, it's facing towards you, so I'm slightly rotating the shoulder. Usually we extend with the palm facing down. So if you prefer that way, do that way. For my shoulder, I'm more comfortable doing it with my palm facing towards you. So it's a personal preference, okay? Curling in. And if this still doesn't work for you, the balance is too much, you might want to stay here. Just work an arm extension and then a squeeze under. An arm extension and a squeeze under. Or if your arms don't like it, lose the arms completely, both hands on the ground, and just work the legs on that curling and that length. So wherever you are, 4 more, keep it slow, keep it controlled. Last 2. And on that last one, see if you can reach out, hold, and 10 presses. 9, 8, squeeze, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Land it down. Hand to the floor. Drop down to your elbows. Interlace those fingers. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees into a hover. So we take a breath in. We lift up. We take a breath out. We lower to a hover. Eye gaze forward. Inhale up. Stretch those hamstrings and drop down. Eye gaze. So I'm lengthening up through the hips, extending through the knees, and then lowering to a hover, half plank. What I call a stumpy plank. So we're doing 10 of these. 4 more. I'm rolling onto the tips of my toes and I'm pushing to the balls of my feet and then grounding my heels. Last 2. Last 1. Lengthen, just hold that stretch. Now ground the heels, lift your hips, squeeze up through the abs. Take 1 more breath and then lower your knees to the floor. Come up onto your hands. We're going to go to the other side. So if you're using a weight, grab it now. If you're not using a weight, then just obviously don't hold it. So fix yourself into position. We inhale, reach forward. Exhale, cut it in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, under. So just make sure that you're not locking out that elbow that's on the floor. Slightly soft the whole time. And remember, that curling is important. That is an opportunity to suck up through the belly towards that spine and then press away. And if you don't like this, then you can just do the hand on the ground and the leg on its own. Still keeping that tuck under, that kick away. Or you can keep your legs on the floor and just reach and work the arm in shoulder extension and then curl up, okay? So you've got 3 options there, or the 4th option, not using a weight at all. So let's go, 4 more. Last 2. Last 1, cut it in, and then reach out, and let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, reach, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Come to your elbows. Take it into a little cat stretch. Options to repeat your exercise from before with your toes tucked under, your knees bent. We lift and we lower. Or take it into full extension. Slide your toes back a few inches and then just rock through into your plank. 10 times like this. Get your breathing under control. Make it stronger. Come on, work deep into these abs. And as soon as you've done those 10 with your legs are extended, with your legs are bent, you're going to hold, knees hovered or in that plank, lengthen, 10 seconds, squeeze that belly, squeeze your butt. 5, 4, 3, 2, and drop to the floor. So your weights are either side of you. Grab them. And then rest your head to the floor, let your shoulders relax. Take your feet wide, squeeze the butt, squeeze your abs. So these exercises, as you know, can be done without the weights. You're going to take your arms forward, not too far, soften the elbow to the ground, and then just raise your upper body. So I very slightly, just using my upper back muscles, squeezing my butt and my abs, so I'm not too high, looking forward, then lifting my elbows, and then exhale, squeeze one weight back, drop down. So this is your kind of medium level. This might be enough for you. If you're feeling really strong, keep your eye gaze down, and then squeeze and release. And you might not want to go to that full extension of the arms as you bring your weights forward, but they come just above my head. Or you can alternatively just do a 1 arm without the weights, a 1 arm without the weights, or you can do a pull up into back extensions and drop down, the reverse flies without the weights. And just imagine you're trying to squeeze something deep between your shoulder blades. That's what you're aiming for. Whether you're using weights or not, you're still going to get a good workout. So try and keep the feet fixed, but the feet are wide, your abs are glued towards the base of your spine, your buttocks are fired up, your legs are strong, and you're feeling your back muscles working. But we don't want to feel any pain. So if you're feeling any pain, just reduce your motion. 4 more of these. Last 2. Last 1. Everyone hold up. and press. 9, 8, 7, 6, squeeze it, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the weights. Just turn your head to one direction and let your body just relax. Roll through the hips. Good. So from there, slide your hands under your shoulders, lift yourself up, take a cat stretch at the top, and then undulate back through that spine. Turn to face me this way, coming down onto the floor, onto your elbow. Okay, so options to have that weight again. You're going to lift up into a half plank. You're going to take the arm and extend it up above you. Your hips are lifted and your knees are stacked. As you extend your arm overhead, you lengthen your leg at the same time. And then you curl in and squeeze the elbow and the knee together. So we lengthen and squeeze. So it's impossible not to let your hip drop a little bit as you side bend, but try and keep that elevation and feel your obliques closing in. My knee opens up to the sky, but I'm still trying to use that strength to stop my hips from dropping down. And you lengthen. Okay, so just work with it. Use your camera to see what you're doing. Don't drop into that shoulder. That buttock that's with the leg on the floor, that's going to hurt. If it gets too much, just come to the floor, lie flat like a pillow, and you can just work there, okay? If it's too much for you. Okay, wherever you are, 5 more. Kick it away. Remember, you're working the sides of your abs. 3 more. Last 2. Last 1, hold it in. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Now extend away, lift the hips. For 5, 4, lift high. 2, and 1. Release it down. Woo, it's got me out of breath, that has. Let's go back over onto your tummies. This time we're going to lie flat down on the ground. I'm going to have my palms facing in, but you might want to turn your palms down. So again, it's your choice. You might want to lose the weights completely. I probably will lose the weights because my shoulder's getting a bit dodgy. So just see how you feel. We take a breath in. We lift and lengthen up through our bodies, lifting the head and chest slightly. And we're going to exhale. Raise the arm and the leg together. Drop it down. And other side. So I feel that rotated with my palm in doesn't put so much strain on my shoulder joint. And again, lose the weights if you need to. And if you're losing the weights, keep the palms facing down. So I'm going to lose the weights for now. Make sure your eye gaze doesn't drift higher than the top of your mat. So you keep your spine fairly neutral. This is about lengthening. This is about squeezing the butt. This isn't about getting so much height. This is about just elongating through the body. We're not doing too many here. 4 more. Last 2. Last 1. And then release. Just take your eye gaze the other direction to where you were before and let your body just roll. Slide your hands under your shoulders. Lift yourself up. Come into a downward facing dog. Take a stretch, reaching those fingers forward. And then just roll yourself out. And we're going to come into some rotation, staying on in this position. So grab one of your weights, or again, lose the weight. Take your back hand just underneath your chest and take your knees a little bit wider so my feet are slightly closer. So make like a half diamond shape. My arm here is soft and that works as one piece. So the arm position is, we turn and we just squeeze that shoulder blade, and then we reach and thread the arm under. So rotate and squeeze and push under. So let me just adjust my camera so you can see my arm position just for a second. So the arm position is, we squeeze up to there, and then we feed through to there. We squeeze up, and we feed through. So just keep working at it. Imagine you're creating a C shape through the arm, and then a reach stretching through the arm. Curve, 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 curve. Your hip bones are facing down towards the floor. The rotation is the waist, rib cage, and then that shoulder blade squeeze. It's a really good postural workout. 3 more. Turn, 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 turn. 2 more. Don't rush it. Last one. Now, everyone, reach up, curve, 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 look up, and pulse, pulse. So I'm rotating from my waist. 3, squeeze it, last 1, and feed it all the way under, all the way through. Drop your head to the ground if you can, or just go as far as you can, maybe supporting with this hand, maybe making a fist and just resting the side of the head on that fist, and reach the arm through and just twist. So if your head is on the ground, you can take this hand, catching that front wrist, and just feed the arm further under. And I'm pulling back very subtly through my shoulder blade, just pushing my hips over towards you. So I'm moving away from that arm. Good, 3 more deep breaths here. And then carefully release the hand, bring that arm back under, come back into the center. So you can use this weight for this next exercise, or you can lose it completely. The weight is going to sit in the middle. You're going to make a hand position into a plank, so my triangle position through the arms, and then we're going to come into a plank position. If you can, take your weight onto one side. Take hold of the weight and reach it to the outside of the mat and drop back down. Then take that same one, take it back inside, triangle on the arms. Take the weight back out, so we're just doing one side at a time. Grab the weight, take it back in. Now you might want to do this on your knees. If you're feeling like you can't keep that hip stability, you want to feel everything in your abs allowing that side. So as soon as you remove your hand, all the weight is going to fall into your opposite side. So you need to feel this front side of your body really kicking in, and bring it back. 2 more. Take it out, return, take a breath, grab it back, bring it back in, drop back down. Last time, take it out, drop back down, and bring it back, and release. Again, just sinking it back, child's pose, or come up into that cat stretch on your elbows or hands. So what I should have said is, if you weren't using a weight, then you could just hold your plank, or you could have just done a tap out and a tap in. I didn't give you an alternative, sorry. So if you're just holding, then repeat that holding position. If you didn't do your taps, then you could try maybe on this, we're going to do it again, but on the other arm, perhaps just doing one side at a time, so alternating if you're not using a weight. So get that weight back in the middle, bring yourself up into that plank again. When you're ready, other side. So we take the weight, press it out to the side, back in again. Grab it, pull it back in, and return. Grab it, out, back. One side will feel a lot easier than the other. Options to drop to your knees, and just do this exercise on your knees. All I want you to do is make sure you're feeling it strong in your tummy muscles. If you feel it in your back, lift your bottom a little bit higher. 4 more. Give me one more. So grab that weight, take it out, drop that down, take a breath, pick it up, drop it back in and hold there. Everyone, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop down, child's pose, sit it back. Every time you go into child's pose, you'll automatically get that little bit more depth into the stretch. This time let your elbows relax. Interlace your fingers behind your back and just take a little arm stretch. Whilst you're here, just open up the front of the shoulders as far as you can go. And then release down. Bring yourself back up onto your hands and knees. Keep that leg position. Take your front hand underneath your chest. Grab the weight or no weight. And now we're going to do the other side. We're going to rotate on the other side. So when you're ready, engage your abs. We curl up, squeeze. We reach through. Exhale. Inhale. My right side is so much easier than my left. I can just feel the strength so much better on this side. Don't rush it. Remember, your hip bones are facing forward. You're turning from your waist, rib cage, and then that little shoulder squeeze at the top. 4 more. Last 2. Now, this last one, reach it up and let's press for 5. Squeeze. 3, 2, last 1, and feed it all the way under. Drop down to the shoulder, reach the arm through, look towards the weight. Whew. And if you wish, you can grab hold of that wrist and feed it through, pull back through the shoulder blade and let your hips fall away from me. So I'm just letting my hips swing that side. Or if it's too much in this twist, make a fist and just drop your head there. So there's not so much pressure and just reach through the arm. Or you can use a cushion. 2 more deep breaths here. Go deeper, 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 deeper. And then when you're ready, release the weight, hand to the floor, lift yourself up. Tuck your toes, lift up into a downward facing dog and take a stretch. Lift through the hips, push down through your heels, and just feel that wonderful sensation running through the body. Soften your knees, look forward. I want to step your back leg forward, swivel around so your feet are parallel, extend out through those knees, and just let yourself fall into an inner thigh stretch. So it doesn't matter if you don't come all the way down to the ground, come as low as you can, soften through the spine. If your fingertips reach, just work through that by bending through your elbows. Some of you might be able to just free your arms under and lift up through your hips, pressing your weight into your toes. Lengthen out and just feel that give through your inner thighs and hamstrings. 3 or 4 breaths here. Lengthen the spine and drop the spine. And from there, just walk round so you begin to face the other direction and pull that foot back and drop down to your knees. So we're going to come over onto the other side, grab your weight. So we're going to work into the obliques on this side. So elbow onto shoulder. Lift up into a side plank so my knees are on the ground. Take your weight up. And we're going to extend the leg and the arm overhead. Take a breath in. Push the floor away. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, kick away. Exhale, pull in. Inhale. So try and keep your hips up as much as possible, but they will naturally sink down in order for you to get that side bend. Lengthen and squeeze. Remember your option. If it's too much, come down, rest onto your upper arm. And then work the arm and leg down here, just pulling up, kicking away, pulling up, Kick it away. Let's do this. Come on, work deep wherever you are. Last 4. Remember not to sink into that shoulder. 3. Lengthen. 2. Last one, hold. Squeeze it in, and lengthen away. Lift. Come on, pull up, 5. 4. Lift that leg. 2 and 1. Drop it down. Ooh. Just turn yourselves over onto your tummy. Drop it back. Reach the arms. So I'm a little bit more narrow in my child's pose this time. We're going to finish off with another feet under plank. So it's up to you how you do this. You can do it with a weight, you can try and do it without a weight, or you can just hold your plank and just breathe into that strength. So the exercise is, we're going to do it on our hands this time. The weight starts there. My legs are fairly wide to keep that stability. You then take this hand, grab the weight, put it that side, drop the hand. Swap, that side, drop the hand. Now what you want to avoid doing is that, okay, which is basically I'm leaning in, I'm returning, that's quite easy. This is about hip and stability. Feet, my obliques have kicked in big time. And you might just want to do a little hand tap if you don't want to use the weight. So just reaching the fingers through, or you can do it on your knees. I hope you've started, by the way. And that's your slightly easier option, or you can do it on the knees and do your taps there, okay? And if that's really too much on your wrists, come down to your elbows and reach through, So 8 more, let's power this, guys. 4 more each side, wherever you are. Work deep into that core. Use that arm strength. Breathe. Should be coming up to your last 1 or 2 repetitions. And when you've done that last one, pause in that plank. Drop down gently to your knees. Bend your elbows and lower your body down to the ground. Rest it down. Turn your head one direction. Roll through the hips. We're going to add in the last exercise. We're going to go back to our extensions in the back, but this time you're going to take your weights, and one of the ones up there. You're going to take your weights down by your thighs. And again, the weights are totally optional. Arms here, shoulders pulled back. We're going to work the legs with the upper body. So we're going to lift the head and the chest, the arms and one leg. Lower it down and flop to the other side. Reach and lengthen. So do this without the weights. Keeping your palms facing in, squeezing up through your shoulder blades. You can do this without the legs if you prefer. Or if you want, you can do it with both legs. Lift and lower. 6 more wherever you are. Pull those shoulders back, lengthen. I don't mind which one you're doing. Just get those arms as high as they can go. Squeeze your abs so you're supporting your lower back. I think this is our last one coming up. See if we can just hold that last one up into the air. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Lengthen. 4, 3. Lift those arms. And 1. Drop it down. Turn your head the other way. And roll through those hips. Fabulous. Free your hands, bring your hands onto the shoulders, lift up into a cat stretch, curl the spine. Bring yourself up onto your knees. Take a quick step forward, hands either side, and just take a little hamstring stretch here. Toes down, head and chest drop down to that thigh. Let your upper body relax. And then come forward, step up to the foot, interlace your, grab hold of your big toes and just stretch both your hamstrings there. Then soften through the knees, interlace those fingers and stretch your arms up and over. Keep the chest close down to the thigh. Reach, reach, reach. And then release the hands and take your back foot, dropping the knee down, slide that front foot forward and stretch your hamstring on this leg. So just allow that give, soften through the upper body. Take one more breath. And then step it forward for the last time. This time, just hold onto your elbows and let your body just relax, sway side to side, feel that give through the body. And then finally find the center, bringing your hands on top of your kneecaps and just use your arms to slowly roll your body, keeping your eyes closed if you can, all the way up to your standing straight. Your chin is the last thing that lifts. And then take a shoulder over the top. Inhale, exhale. Turn your palms out, stand tall. Feel your weight equally on both legs. And then inhale, raise those arms up to the sky. And bring your hands down, bow down, give yourselves a clap. I hope you enjoyed your little bit of upper body workout today. We're going to do weights again next week. We're going to do different exercises. So prepare yourselves for next week. And I look forward to seeing you then. Bye-bye.